Page 36, the grand staff. The grand staff is basically, they show an example of it. It's what keyboard instruments use. Piano, organ, harp uses it. Other instruments that need all these notes might use it too. And the thing that really signifies it as a grand staff is that curly brace at the beginning of the line, but between it, when you see that, it's a grand staff. There could be other staves above and below it, but those two staves, a group of 5 lines is called a staff, remember? We got 2 of these, so there's 2 staves. They're connected with vertical lines, and there's a curly brace in front of them. That's a grand staff, right there. Clef signs don't matter. They're not interested right now. We're just talking grand staff. Most of the time in a grand staff for piano, you will see the treble clef, or G clef, in the upper staff, and the bass clef, or F clef, in the lower staff. Doesn't have to be that way. Clef signs, who knows? But most of the time you'll see that. And for right now, that's probably all you're going to see for a while. As far as which notes those are, don't bother trying to learn all those notes right now unless you have a photographic memory. Just we'll cover them as time goes on. Now at the bottom of the page, they give you a line of music there with a bunch of half notes and a couple of whole notes stuck in there. Remember, the half note is the open circle with the stem. 2 halves to a whole. 2 quarters to a half. Remember how this divides up? Well, halfway through this staff, you get a circle with no stem. And at the end, there's a circle with no stem. It's called a whole note. So first thing we want to do is we want to figure out the fingering and the notes. Forget the counting and all that. I like to take this one step at a time. So we're starting out, the right hand for now is going to play the stuff in the upper staff, and the left hand is going to play the stuff in the lower staff. For now. That's not really a rule. You don't have to do that, but that's what we're going to do for now. So you put thumb on this, that's middle C. Remember middle C? Just say the names of the notes. C and an E and a G and an F and an E and a D and a C. You need to know those. And then the left hand comes in here with a C, little finger on C, little finger's 5th finger. And a D, and an E, and an F, and a G, and an E, and a C, like so. And for here, because both hands are playing at some time, you need to have both hands on the keyboard all the time. All the time you're doing this, keep both hands on the keyboard here, like so. Now once you have the notes and the fingering, then we can go add in the counting. Half notes get 2 counts, remember, because a quarter note gets 1 count. So 4/4. The top number tells you how far you're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The bottom number tells you what you're counting. Quarter notes. So we're counting. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You get the idea? You play the whole thing. Learn it there. Then I need to talk about these vertical bar lines, these vertical lines that go all the way through both staves. When the lines go all the way through and connect the staves like that, that's telling you you're playing both staves at the same time. Both staves go across together. You don't play one staff and then go play the other staff. We've connected them. And those lines are called bar lines or measure lines, depending on where you're from. Doesn't matter, that's the same thing. And they split it up into bars or measures. That space between those lines is called a measure, or it can be called a bar, whichever. And you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4 is in one measure. So every measure gets that same number of counts. Every measure gets 4 counts. We could say there's 4 beats to a measure. 4 counts to a measure, because the top number, I just say how far do you count? I'm counting to 4. And it's understood that that's one measure. So here at the beginning it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one measure. Then the next measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next measure, 1, 2, and that's the way that works, and it just keeps going. Now, I like to do what I call a play with me. I have these sections in most of my videos where I play slowly with a metronome and encourage you to play with me. We play together. This way you can see, listen, and are you playing the same note I'm playing? And are you playing it at the same time I'm playing? If I play this note and you play some other note at the same time, can you tell they're not the same note? You have to listen. It's important that you be able to tell that. So, because if you had a teacher there with you, they would tell you if you played a wrong note, because believe me, it's easy to do. Well, if you don't have a teacher, how do you know you played a wrong note? Well, the play with me section in my videos do that. Play with me and listen. Are you playing what I'm playing? If you're not, you got a wrong note somewhere. So I'd like to do this with you now. Play it slowly, the whole line, start to finish, no interruptions, no hesitations, no nothing, straight through, and we'll check it. This means you have to take the time to learn it first before you do the play with me. That's why I put the starting point of the play with me section in the description of each video, so that you listen to the lesson, then you go learn the piece, then you come back, listen to the lesson again in case you missed anything, and then do the play with me. Yeah. So I'm going to give us 4 counts to start, and then we're going to play this together. For instance, I'm going to go 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, like that. We're going to do it that way. So go ahead and put your hands in C position, and here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2,